What if your thoughts are not just in your head? What if your thoughts are actual physical patterns of energy that are interacting with your nervous system, your behavior, your perception, and ultimately your reality? And not in a magical, I am going to manifest a Lamborghini overnight sort of way, but more so speaking in terms of psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy. Because the way that you think is the way that you perceive, and the way that you perceive is the way that you behave, and the way that you behave is the way you make your decisions, and the way that you make your decisions determines your entire life. That was so much fun to film. And honestly, I've lived both sides of this. Hello, my name is Gressa. Welcome to my channel where I talk about psychology, self-development, and becoming the best version of yourself. Today, I'm going to be talking about a concept that I became obsessed with when I was 22 years old. So when I was 22 and I was still in my bachelor's degree, I had to do a project and I turned it into this little chaotic book right here. It's titled Book of Heck. And essentially, it connects ideas from physics, neuroscience, psychology, philosophy to prove my theory that thoughts are light. Are thoughts light? No, they are not light. And in the book, I wasn't saying that your brain is shooting laser beams and magically creating your reality. I was using actual proof from the hard sciences as well as thought experiments to determine my hypothesis. So even though your thoughts are not literally light, they do function as instructions for your nervous system, and cognitive behavioral psychology explains this very well. Your thoughts influence emotions, your emotions influence the behaviors, and then the behaviors reinforce the beliefs. And this becomes a loop, and if you never interrupt the loop, then nothing changes. And that's why two people can walk into the same room and experience completely different realities. One person can see opportunity while the other person sees danger, and their external environment can be completely the same, but their internal programming of their nervous system is absolutely different. Since our nerve cells make up an electric field, brainwaves can be determined using the same equations that are applied to anything that is on the electromagnetic spectrum, including light, particles, and pretty much anything that is measurable in the universe. Brainwaves travel in currents, and there are 5 different types of brainwaves. Gamma waves are highly focused. Beta waves are awake and actively thinking. Alpha waves are awake and relaxed. Theta waves are when you are meditating or daydreaming, and delta waves are when you are in deep sleep. And this is really cool because your reality is what it is based on your level of consciousness. One of the most important things I learned is this, and that is that you do not experience reality directly. You experience your own interpretation of reality. Everything that you can perceive, everything that you can see, touch, hear, taste, smell, everything that you believe is filtered through your nervous system, your past conditioning, your memories, your trauma. If you grew up in chaos, your brain is going to adapt to chaos. If you grew up in criticism, your brain is going to adapt to criticism. If you grew up unsafe, then your nervous system will steer towards survival versus growth. This is your baseline. This is why you keep doing the same things over again. Humans don't always want the healthiest option. They want what is familiar, what is comfortable, and what is safe to their nervous system. So what you put focus on and what you give your attention to is going to determine the outcome. Whatever you repeatedly focus on becomes amplified in your reality. Your perception will change your actions, which will change your outcomes, and that is real. And because humans are incredibly adaptable, neuroplasticity exists, and our brains can rewrite itself through experience and repetition, meaning that your habits, your environment, and your self-talk will shape your reality. You are not your thoughts, but if you can learn how to control your thoughts, then you can learn how to control your reality, because your consciousness is the most powerful thing that you possess. The light from a star and the energy of your mind is one and the same. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please like, comment, and subscribe so I can make more videos just like this. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye!